Welcome to Girls on Fire.
All right, guys, we are back with our January episode of Girls on Fire. I'm so happy to be back with you, Kristen. Yay!
2024, Megan, here we go.
Literally, I do feel like I don't know what it is. I feel like New Year's Eve makes me sad a little bit. And then New Year's Day, I'm like, yeah, I'm refreshed, like new year, even though it was literally just yesterday. Like I feel like we put so much emphasis on this new year, new me thing. I'm still Megan.
I know, I feel like I have to have these revelations and this year I'm gonna do this. And then I'm like, I'm just out here trying to survive. It's just another day.
Right. I mean, we're going to get into it today, but honestly, we're just trying to keep on keeping on.
Truly.
I'm going to cough a little bit. I'm just getting over getting sick, so I apologize if that's annoying, guys. I feel like everybody in the world is sick, which
Yeah,
is
Megan, can you not cough? That's so annoying.
I cough right as you're talking.
You're holding it in. I look over and you're like,
I know, right? Well, whatever. Well, we're gonna get through it. But I know like we are just getting back. Last week was our first week back in the office. We had some time off. Did you have a great Christmas, a great New Year's?
I did. It was so nice. We had, I feel like, so much time off on the holidays. Obviously, you and I worked during that time, but it just was so nice to have family time and just time to really relax. I feel like the holidays crept up on us so quickly this year. So having that extra time of just I was able to see all of my family for the most part, go down to Georgia and come back and spend it with my mom. So it was really, really nice.
That's nice. I know. I feel the same way. I was in Florida seeing my mom and spending a lot of time with my family. I was there from like my birthday, the 23rd, till after like New Year's Day. And it was so nice just to be there and home and chill. But I felt like literally from Thanksgiving till New Year's, like I was like go, 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 go. So it just made sense that I got freaking sick last week, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, literally everyone is. Everyone I know, someone has had some sort of illness. And I felt like I was getting sick right before the holidays. So I went and got an immunity booster IV. If
Oh,
you've, if you've never gotten one, 10 out of 10 recommend. I felt like I was superwoman after. I was like, this thing is amazing.
yeah, I've heard of those, and everybody like says they're so great. I might need to try one. Maybe it will help me like feel like get the rest of this little like extra congestion and stuff I have out.
It will. I used to think it's witchcraft, don't believe it. It's just a bag of fluids. And then I was like, you know what? I really don't want to get sick before I travel. So I got it the day that I went and traveled. I woke up the next day, fresh as a daisy, went to the gym at 8 a.m. I'm like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. So
Maybe
give
I'll
it a whirl.
try it this weekend because that sounds amazing, and I need it honestly. I need all the like freaking vitamins that I can get.
They give you a little cup of water. You can recline in the chair. It's amazing.
Insane. All right, I'm looking into it this weekend. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Well, let's go ahead and just like do some positivity. Let's start with some moments of joy.
What's
Um,
your moment of joy?
I was gonna say I can start. Actually, oh my god. Oh wait, I almost forgot it. If something I don't say it right away, it slips out of my head. Anyways, I got it. So yesterday I had my like annual like goals meeting, with Jamie. I think you had yours yesterday too. She had told me and everything. And honestly, like it was 30 minutes and it was just fun. Like me and her laughed the entire time. And we talked about my goals and like honestly we'll get into it a little bit, like talking about like resolutions and all those things. But this year I am so I don't know if you guys believe in astrology. I don't really even know if I believe in it, but like I am like the definition of a Capricorn. Like I'm work related, like I am like go, go, go professionally all the time. Like I never have my foot off that freaking gas pedal. But this year I just wanna like be, you know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I worked really hard and I'm gonna keep working hard while I'm at work and everything. But like you said, like I think I'm like not gonna work sometimes when we're not here. Like a normal human being.
Take some time for yourself, you know?
It was just like nice to just like laugh yesterday and talk about like how crazy as salespeople we actually are. And I'm sure how everybody else out there, like you're always thinking about work. You're always like, what's the next step? Like, what am I gonna do next? And I'm just like, we need to chill.
Yeah.
Chill for a second. So
No, I agree.
that was
That's
mine.
a good
You.
one. I mean, I feel the same way. I feel like whenever Jamie and I have like our meetings like that, I would say 30 minutes is just chit chatting, like catching up on our lives, hanging out. And then I'm like, maybe we should set some goals for this year or something. So wait, I'm gonna steal yours. That's mine too. Like I
Oh,
feel like even though it's like when you start a new year, it's like, oh, okay, like what am I gonna do this year? It's like it can be a stressful thing trying to set goals because then it's like, okay, now that it's set in stone, like you're starting to work towards that. And like it's good to have goals to like motivate you, but it's also like stressful like seeing it like that. But I agree, something about this year, it's just kind of like I know I'm gonna work so hard that like when I'm not, just like being okay with just relaxing.
yeah. I mean,
And
we
that's
work so freaking hard. And like that's why I'm like, my goal professionally, I'm going to work hard. That is in me. That's in you. That's in all of us here. Like I don't need that to be a freaking goal. I feel like we like list out all this crap,
not.
honestly, of like things that we want to do. We're already freaking doing them.
Yeah, I feel like my goals every single year are never work related because I don't need, that sounds so bad, but like I don't need to set like, oh, prioritize. I already do that. Time management, I already do that. Like when I set goals, it's like a lifestyle goal. Like work can be involved in that, but like I come in, we do our jobs. We don't have an off switch for that. So it's like our goals, like, yes, we have like numbers goals because we're in sales and we have we have those kinds of goals. But like when I think of like my word, which we're gonna get into later, like it's more geared at my personal life.
Well, that's good because that's what I'm trying to do this year is be more like my goals for my personal life. And I have some big goals for my personal life this year. So that's what I'm going to focus more on because work, I'm going to do it. I like money. I'm going to be here to work my butt off. So,
I have a
anyways,
certain lifestyle that I want to live.
right, exactly. Well, okay. Well, we have a few housekeeping things, and then we're going to get into Kristen and I's words, and then just talk about, this year or the new year and all of that. So, first, I wanted to just let everybody know Tech Choice Awards at the time when this is released is going to be done. Voting's cut off, but we had thousands upon thousands of you that went ahead and nominated first for these professionals that so well deserve these categories that they're being nominated for, and then you all went and voted, and like I said, we had thousands of votes. It was insane. This is our first year doing this with TechNation, and the pouring into this that people did, and we're so invested. Like we so appreciate it, and we're so happy you enjoyed it, and we're so glad that we get to celebrate. I think we had 12 categories, so we get to celebrate these 12 professionals that we will be releasing, I want to say, in the beginning of March. So look out for March TechNation, look out for our digital supplement on the Tech Choice Awards, but it's going to be great, and we're excited to celebrate all of you with that. Second housekeeping thing is Ice Ice Baby. So we have our first conference for MD Publishing is always, well, typically always, our ICE conference. So we're going to be in Irvine, California, February 18th through 20th, and we're so excited about that. So I know a lot of you are HTM professionals or work in the HTM industry, but a lot of you also do some crossover with imaging. And if you've never been, it is such a fun time. I love ICE. It's a little bit of a more intimate gathering, I would say. But I mean, our imaging professionals that are there, it's a little bit more leadership, I would say, surrounded with our attendees that we have. So definitely make sure if you can get there and you're in California, or even if you want to come to California, it's going to be a great time. We're going to have tons of networking events, like if you've been to our MD Expos or HTM Mixers, we'll have our exhibit hall, education. So you can also get credits through ACI, so through Amy, as well as HRA if you need those too. So lots of options for credits there. So lots to do, but go to attendice.com and check out that. Make sure you register for free if you're a healthcare, hospital employee, military, or student.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Megan. But I love Ice. You guys come to Ice. It is such a good show. Like Megan said, it's a little bit smaller scale than like our expos, but that's what I love about them. They're just like so like intimate and everyone's just so kind. And who wants to like stay in a cold, rainy state when you can go to sunny California in February?
It would be so fun. Honestly, we have so much fun at our ice conferences. Some of my best moments have been at ice. So I would come see us. I mean, we even like young any of our YPs out there, hit me and Kristen up because we'll be there. So it'll be fun. All right, I think that's all of the things we need to talk about in our MD publishing world. So let's go into our words of 2024.
I can't lie. I just thought of mine this morning, Megan. I haven't been implementing it up until today because I've been stressed about it. It's a hard word.
Well, I mean, if you guys listened to our episode, which I hope you did in December, Kristen's word, what was your word, Kristen?
Fulfilled. Like the hardest word in America. It's like, oh, what's a word that I'm never gonna live up to? Fulfilled. Like that's so hard.
It's a hard one. I had two words. Mine was courage and joy. And honestly, I really feel like I had that last year. So I'm happy with my words. But this year's words, I like them. So, Kristen, go ahead and tell us what your word is.
Okay, my word this year, and again, like it definitely applies like to all aspects of my life, but I would say more personally, it's invest. So I chose that word because I think it can apply in like so many different ways. Like I want to invest like financially, I want to be better about obviously saving, budgeting, just investing into like my personal wealth. And then also just like investing in my health. Like I want to really prioritize, being consistent with my health. I'll have like really good months and then really bad months. So it's just like investing and making that a priority. And then the last part's like investing in my like relationships with my friends and family. I quite literally do the most, I feel like already. So I do so much, but sometimes it's like I spread myself too thin. So I need to invest in like the time spent so that I don't feel like I have to like do every little thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is a great word. I feel like you can definitely, take it month by month and you're going to get there and it's going to be much more better than your fulfilled word.
Come on now. 2024. Come on.
Oh gosh. Well, my word is health, which is hilarious because I started off this year like not with the best health, but
With scrap.
we're getting there. So it's funny. Last year I printed out the words courage and joy that like kind of represented it, and I put it on this bulletin board thing I have in my office so I could look at it every day. So I did the same thing for health. And what I mean by health is kind of similar to yours. I feel like we're going hand in hand. I want to be healthy, not only, physically, and like just like overall, but also mentally. Like I just want to not have like the stress and the anxiety all the time that I feel like we all feel. So I'm hoping to work on that a little bit more. Spiritually, I'm hoping to as well. So I'm doing that as well as just like with my relationships and everything. So I guess mine is kind of like yours a little bit where I'm investing in my health. So we're going to see how that goes this year. I'm working really hard on being intentional about that. And we're going to talk in a minute like, about an article Kristen found that will hopefully kind of help us keep some of these things, going. I'm not a big resolutions person. I don't know if you are, Kristen. I feel like when I used to do it in years past, I don't know. I felt like it was crap. Like I just like would like start it, be strong in January, and things would just like fizzle out. So like I really like the whole word and just like kind of having like a theme of my year and going by that.
Yeah. So our hot topic, hot topic for this is it technically says like how to keep your resolutions, but I agree like the word resolution sometimes has like a negative connotation because it's like you need to resolve a problem, which like I feel like yes, we have like things that we can like work on and fix, but they're not necessarily problems. So that's why I agree. That's why I think I like word better because it's more of something to like focus on and strive for instead of like fixing like resolving a problem.
Right.
So this article that we found is just like ways to help support your goals for this year. It's called 7 Tips to Keep Your New Year's, I'm going to say goals instead of resolutions. And we're just going to go over a couple of these as to like help better you into the year, because some of these are like the obvious, but sometimes like hearing them is a good way to like remind yourself like, okay, throughout the year I need to be doing these things. So the first one that I really liked is set very specific goals. So even though like words are a little broad, you still need to have like specific goals to execute that. So when you say like, I want to exercise more, okay, that's so broad. Why don't you say, I want to have 30 minutes of movement every day or something like that, because that makes it a little bit more tangible than just like exercise more.
Yeah, it's like you actually have something to work towards. It's not
Yeah.
just I want to lose weight, you know, like okay, well, how and
Don't we
why?
all, sister? Don't we all?
We all want to, you know, be a little, well, not everybody, I don't know, me, I'm talking about me. I want to be a little bit slimmer this year. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Well, I love to go to Burn, so I'm going to be doing that at least 4 times a week is my goal as long as I'm in town. My other thing I'm going to be doing this year is so I ran a half marathon in 2020. I am running another half marathon this year, actually, with my uncle and my cousin, and it's going to be in May. And I feel actually more like I'm going to do better this time around than I did the first time. So I got to start. Well, I actually kind of already started running, but I'm going to start running more and doing that. So I feel like just having those little like not I don't want to say fun because I'm not sure how fun it's going to be like doing runs all the time, but having those little things that can help you get to some of these goals or like to help you embrace your words for this year, I think is what Kristen's talking about.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into another key point, identify accountability partners for support. Like even you just saying that out loud on here for our millions of followers and listeners, they're going to be like, "Hey Megan, how was that half marathon? Did you run it? What was your time? How was it?" Or even like you doing it with your uncle and cousin, like they're going to make you also do it. So it's like identify people in your life that are like going to not only support you but like hold you accountable, like, "Hey, noticed you weren't at Burn today for the 10th day in a row. What's going on, Megan?"
Exactly. And I think, you know, not only like finding those accountability partners that are going to help you, but I think that's another thing. I think going on to like you like investing in your relationships this year, I think that's a great way to like figure out too, like who really like supports what I need to grow as an individual. Like who's not just like my party partner, you know, or whatever in that case. Like I think that's going to be like a huge thing for you this year, figuring out like who is like your like true like people that you can always count on and like that want to do more with you than just like going to the club or whatever the case
Yeah,
is.
no, 100 in a part like invest financially. Like a big part of that is like, I can't always like do these crazy luxurious things that I'm probably used to. So like finding, like you said, investing in relationships that are sometimes just like simple, like just spending good quality time, not money. So
Yeah,
it's like just overall like finding accountability and support in all aspects with your goals and just like health, with your mental health, finding people that like lift you up and make you feel good. Like that's so important. I think that's something like everyone needs a reset when they're going into a new year.
yeah, exactly.
One of the ones that I always point out that I think is so important when setting goals is don't take on too much. I think setting realistic goals. I think the reason that I can't remember the exact number, we were reading it the other day here at work just because it was like shocking. Only like, I can't remember if it's like 20% or 12% of people actually finish the year with their goals.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like maybe even less. It might be the 12. But it's like because everyone's like there's people that have never like even walked on a treadmill a day in their life and their goal is to run a marathon. It's like yes, that's maybe doable, but like setting realistic goals is the most important part of setting goals so that you can achieve them.
Yeah, I think it goes back. I said it earlier. I feel like we all are like, yeah, a new year, a new me, you know. Maybe maybe you just embrace who you are. Like you're just a maybe you just embrace who you are and do like the little things that will just make you happier in life. Like why do we have to go and write down 25 things that we're never going to accomplish, you know? And like they're lofty goals. It's not just like, you know, I want to get back to the gym more, so I'm going to work out 3 days a week. That's great. If you haven't worked out and you get to the gym and all you do is walk for 30 minutes on the treadmill, you're doing it. You
Go off.
like so you're right, like I feel like we put in the I am one of those people. I want to literally conquer the world, okay, and that's why I'm like, Megan, this year sit down, you don't need to conquer the world, you know, like I don't know, like one of my other goals this year, so I read, yes, last year when I had big goals and I did accomplish this, so I'm so happy. I wanted to read 25 books. I wanted to get back into reading. Felt like it was great to like get off like my phone more, like during my personal time and things like that. And I did it. I read 25 books and I was like so proud. I freaking hit it on New Year's Eve, okay?
Megan's like New Year's Eve, like it's
What?
maybe
I
so
was
quickly.
skirting in, but I made it. So
None
this
of matters.
my goal is 30 bucks. But like I'm like, what can I do? Because that's like lofty, you know? What can I do like to like help with this? So like one of the things is like I have a fun book that I'm reading right now, but then I also have like one that's just like I don't know, I guess like development. I don't know exactly what to say, like self-help. I don't even know what it is. A self-help book or something like that, like to help me with like other things in my life or whatever the case is. So I have one of those that I'm reading too, and I read a few pages a day. Now I'm not gonna like read through it as fast as my other like fun book, but that will help me like get to that goal that I want. I feel like that's like one way, like one easy thing. Like if you have a reading goal, for example, you could do. So I think that's what we're kind of talking about. It's just making it like tangible, and it doesn't have to be like I'm gonna make $1 million this year. I'm not gonna make $1 million this year.
Yeah. Wish, but no, I agree. Like, honestly wish I could just put like do better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be a better person, be a better friend, be a better role model, be a better colleague. Just like, and that like comes with just like embracing change. Like, so much can happen this year that we don't plan for or expect, and like it could like if there was serious wrench in your goals that you think you have. So it's like just truly strive each day, each month, each week to just like be better.
Right. Like just wake up and like let's not have anxiety one day of our lives. You know,
No.
like I was like I want to work on that. Like I don't want to like have this. I don't know if everybody else is out here like this, but like I always like think like what is the future gonna be like, you know? Why do we do that? Like we don't even know what's gonna happen in the next, I don't know, 30 minutes. Like so like let's just be present and do the best we can and like move it forward. So that's my
I
goal
think,
this.
yeah, presence is a great word too. Like if someone's like looking for a word, like me personally, I had to look up words for 2024 to draw some inspiration
Oh,
this
I mean,
morning.
filled, so you really needed to like get it figured out.
Why do I do that to myself? Like I asked for it. I literally asked for it.
It's
But
okay.
I think like just looking through and like the when I saw it was investment, like that was the first thing that like popped out to me. Another thing was like consistency, just like sticking with investing. You know, there's just like there's so many words that can apply to like just bettering yourself. So I think like to wrap up everything we talked about, like don't be discouraged, do your best. It's good to set goals just so that you have something to kind of like follow along with, because if you don't have any goals, then you're just gonna be like, nah, 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 nah. So
Yeah.
like set some goals. Yeah, literally just like crawling through this year. Me and Megan said survival, but
Survival. Yes.
survival. But just like this year can be one of those years that's like a trial and error. Like, okay, I really want to try this. And if it doesn't work out, that's fine. Like find something else that like works for you. Like everyone's different.
Right. I couldn't say it better myself.
Snaps,
Woohoo.
snaps, snaps.
Well, I think that's it. This was a great first episode. I'm so happy. I'm excited to do Girls on Fire again this year. I hope you guys are still enjoying us and our random conversations and the things that we just spout on about.
We can ramble for hours. We have to like cut ourselves off sometime. We're like, okay, Megan, we only have this amount of time. Like, let's not chit chat for too long.
Right. So, I mean, this is, if you're liking this, this is what you're gonna get. So it's gonna keep on keeping on this year. We're not changing.
That's one thing we're not changing is this.
No. Okay, so I think that's all we got. And make sure you connect with Kristen, register, and Megan Cabot on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Also, make sure that you go and check out YP at MD. We have a landing page on TechNation. So if you go to onetechnation.com/YP/, then you can go ahead and get all the information, sign up for our newsletter, check out our social media, YP at MD on LinkedIn and on Instagram. And that's it. And we'll see you next month, guys.
See you next month and hope to see you at ICE if you want to see us in person.
Bye.